as I put in the writing accompanying this video, I was a little reluctant even to put this book in because so much of it is personal. It's 24 authors who have some connection to Maine, some extensive, who have lived there their whole lives, others who came to work there but didn't stay for very long, but found something about Maine that they thought made it special and wanted to write about it. The reason I like it is because I think when you go through all of the 24 stories, if you will, about how these people view Maine, what they remember about Maine, why it mattered to them, what living in Maine was like, that you get a pretty good picture, overall picture of a state that is much more diverse, I think, than most people realize, both geographically and from its population. I was born and raised there. These stories impact me because they are very personal in that I've lived through so much of what these authors are writing about. The people who grew up in rural Maine, as I did, the farms, the people who grew up along the water, the people who grew up in rural poverty, of which there was and is a lot of in Maine. It can be a real struggle to survive in Maine, and especially in the past, before modern technology helped you to get through winters. Winters were tough, and winters still are tough in Maine. Saying goes in Maine, if you can't survive the winter, you don't deserve the summer. I'm not sure about that anymore, but I hope you enjoy this. If you take a look at it, you can just pick through the stories as you see them, but it's a pretty broad and expansive coverage of what life is like in Maine, was and is, and it's a pretty good example of the writers who have lived and been there and what they've experienced, and they set those ideas and those memories down in this book. It is Maine, and it's well covered.